Ladies, I need to talk to you about something no one warned me about when I started eating healthy. You know how we try to clean up our diets, swap the biscuits for broccoli, trade the toast for a protein shake, and suddenly we're supposed to feel like Gwyneth Paltrow by Friday? Yeah, well, somewhere along the way, something strange started happening. It started at my weekly bridge club. I'd just gotten back from a long walk, felt good, refreshed, proud of myself. I sat down, smiled, and leaned in to give my friend, Margaret, a hello hug. And she did the thing. You know the thing. That subtle lean-back sniff-frown combo that says, what's that smell? Now listen, I'm a clean woman. I shower, I moisturize, I wear perfume. But that day, I could tell something was off. I went home and took a proper whiff of myself, and I swear, I smelled like boiled eggs and gym socks. I nearly fell over, so I did what any sensible woman with Wi-Fi and a little pride would do. I Googled it. Turns out the very foods I'd been eating to feel better might actually be making me smell worse. And not just my breath. I'm talking full body, through the pores. Even my pillows kind of smell. And the kicker? These aren't junk foods. They're things doctors once told us were good for us. Healthy, natural, packed with vitamins. But no, one mentioned they'd have me questioning my own freshness. So today I'm breaking the silence. We're diving into the 6 so-called healthy foods that might be making us older gals smell a bit funkier than we'd like. Starting with the green stuff. You know the kind. I started eating more of these when my doctor told me to focus on fiber. So I went all in. Broccoli at dinner, kale smoothies, cabbage slaw for lunch. I thought I was glowing, but instead I was gassing myself out of my own car. Here's the science. Cruciferous veggies are full of sulfur compounds. When you digest them, your gut breaks them down into hydrogen sulfide. That's the same smell as rotten eggs. And it doesn't just come out the back end. Nope. It can seep out through your breath, your skin, even your sweat glands. And here's the tricky part. These veggies are good for us. They help with hormones, detoxification, and digestion. But if you're eating them raw and in large amounts, your body might be waving the white flag. What I do now is cook them lightly, steam or roast them, and I try not to eat them every single day. Moderation, ladies. Even with kale. Oh yes, this one hurt. Because I was feeling so smug with my chocolate-flavored protein smoothie every morning. No sugar, low fat, 20 grams of protein. I thought I was doing everything right. But then I started noticing something metallic, almost sour. And no matter how many mints I popped, it lingered. Turns out when you eat a high-protein diet, especially from processed powders, your body produces more ammonia as it breaks down the protein. If you're not drinking enough water, that ammonia sticks around, and it smells. Think cat litter, but human. I had a dietitian friend tell me, "You're basically walking around in a protein fog." Well, I'd rather be hungry than funky. These days, I mix in more real food. Boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, a bit of nut butter. And if I do have a shake, I double up on water and add some fresh parsley or mint. So that's the first 2 culprits, out of 6. Surprised? I know I was. And we've only just scratched the surface. Stick around for part 2, because we're getting into some kitchen staples that have been quietly turning our bodies into scent diffusers. And believe me, number 4 nearly broke my heart. Now, if you thought protein shakes and broccoli were shocking, just wait. Because next up is something I've been putting in my morning routine for years. I used to think it made me smell like a health goddess. Turns out it was doing the opposite. Let me set the scene. A few months ago, I had my niece over for the weekend. She's 22, bright-eyed, full of oat milk and opinions. We were watching a movie together, me in my comfiest pajamas, her scrolling on her phone like her thumbs were on a fire. Suddenly she pauses, turns to me and says, "Auntie, are you burning something?" I looked at her like she'd lost her mind. "No, darling, that's just my turmeric tea." And she goes, "Huh, it kind of smells like sweat and curry." Now, don't get me wrong. I love turmeric, but that moment stuck with me. So I did some digging, and oh, did I learn. These anti-inflammatory wonders are hailed as miracle workers for joints, digestion, even brain health. And I still believe that, but they're also notorious for lingering on the skin, from the inside out. Turmeric contains curcumin, and garlic has sulfur-containing compounds. When your body processes them, those compounds enter the bloodstream. And guess what? They can be excreted through sweat, especially if you're going through menopause or have naturally more active sweat glands, which most of us do as we age, thanks to hormones. The result, a musky, spicy body odor that clings to your clothes, hair, even your bedsheets. And because we might not smell it ourselves, our noses get used to our scent. It's the people around us who notice first. Now, I'm not giving up my golden milk entirely, but I do it in moderation. And I've switched to deodorants with natural charcoal or baking soda, which help absorb those scent molecules before they escape into the world. Oh, and lemon water. Works wonders for flushing things out quicker. Nature's little reset button. Let me tell you, this one really surprised me. I mean, it's just a green veggie, right? High in fiber, low in calories, full of antioxidants. And yet, it had me second-guessing every salad I made. I was out with my girlfriends for brunch. Bottomless tea and one too many shared side dishes. That night, I went to bed feeling smug. Healthy meal, good company, early bedtime. And then at about 3 a.m., I woke up reeked out by my own sheets. I thought, did the dog roll in something? Nope, it was me. Here's what I learned. Asparagus contains asparagusic acid. When your body digests it, that breaks down into sulfuric compounds, similar to what's in rotten eggs or onions. Most people know about the smell it causes in urine, but what fewer people realize is that those compounds can also leak out through your skin, especially if you've eaten a lot or your liver's not filtering as efficiently. Hello, age. And here's the kicker. Not everyone produces the smell. It depends on your genes. But if you're one of the lucky ones, like me, you'll smell it loud and proud, from your bathroom to your laundry hamper. Now, do I still eat asparagus? Occasionally. But I've started pairing it with parsley, mint, or even a squeeze of lemon to help neutralize the effect. And I never ever eat it 2 days in a row. So, that's 4 foods down. And let me tell you, this list has made me rethink everything in my fridge. The next 2? Well, let's just say one of them is supposed to keep us hydrated and young. And yet it had me smelling like an old dish rag. By 10 a.m., stick with me, because next I'm spilling the tea, and it's herbal. Now, before we get into number 5, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried one of those detox days? You know the kind. Herbal teas, water with cucumbers floating in it, maybe a sprinkle of chia seeds if you're feeling fancy. Well, I did. I gave myself a whole reset Sunday after a big birthday weekend. No cake, no carbs, just fluids and leafy greens. I even lit a lavender candle and told myself, This is self-care. But by lunchtime, I caught a strange whiff of myself and thought, what in the name of kale is that? Spoiler alert, it was me. I smelled fermented. Like a yoga studio that hadn't been aired out in weeks. Let's get into it. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good tea. I have a whole drawer of them. Chamomile for sleep, peppermint for digestion, ginger for when I feel bloated. But some of these newfangled detox teas, they're not as innocent as they look. Many of them contain diuretics like dandelion root or senna, which make you lose water, and quickly. That might sound like a good thing, especially if you're feeling puffy. But when you push too much water through your system too fast, it flushes out electrolytes. That messes with your sweat glands and your skin's natural barrier. And here's the kicker. When your body is trying to rebalance, it can start excreting waste through your skin instead of your kidneys, which means all those toxins you were trying to eliminate, they're now coming out in your body odor. It's like turning your armpits into escape hatches. Plus, overhydration can actually dilute stomach acid, making it harder for you to digest food properly. That can cause fermentation in the gut, which leads to bloating, bad breath, and, yes, a certain musty aura that follows you around like a ghost at brunch. My solution? I still drink herbal tea, but I'm picky now. No more detox blends with ingredients I can't pronounce. And I always make sure I'm eating something solid with it. Preferably with fiber and protein, not just air and ambition. Now, if you've ever switched from sugar to healthier alternatives, like stevia, sucralose, or erythritol, you probably thought, I'm being so good right now. I did too. In fact, for years, I stirred a pink packet into my coffee like it was liquid gold. 0 calories, sweet taste. What could go wrong? Turns out quite a bit. Artificial sweeteners can mess with your gut bacteria. When your gut is off balance, it doesn't just affect your digestion. It affects your breath, your skin, and even the way your sweat smells. I didn't even know sweat could smell sour until I went through a whole summer with my stevia smoothies and wondered why people kept cracking windows open when I walked in. Plus, some sweeteners aren't fully digested, which means they ferment in your lower gut. That gas? It doesn't always stay in your tummy. It escapes through your pores, your breath, even your scalp. Now I use raw honey or a dash of real maple syrup. Yes, it's sugar, but at least it's natural. And more importantly, I smell like a woman, not a science experiment. And there you have it. 6 foods that sound healthy on paper, but might just be the reason you feel self-conscious in a crowded elevator. But don't worry, because after this, I'm going to share my exact smell better checklist. Easy, doable, and backed by both science and auntie wisdom. You've come this far. Don't miss it. All right, ladies, we've made it to the home stretch. By now, you've heard the whole list of so-called healthy foods that could be messing with how we smell as we age. Cruciferous veggies, protein powders, dairy, garlic overload, detox, teas, and artificial sweeteners. And maybe, like me, you're thinking, do I have to give up everything I love just to smell nice? No, absolutely not. I'm not here to tell you to live on dry toast and plain rice. That's not life, and it's certainly not our life. Not now that we've got wisdom, sass, and a good roast dinner to look forward to. But I am here to help you get smart. Because once I started paying attention to these things, not obsessively, just mindfully, everything changed. I didn't just feel fresher. I stopped worrying if anyone else noticed a scent I couldn't quite pin down. I could lean in close, hug my grandkids, sit in a car on a hot day, and feel confident. So here's my personal checklist. The one I wish I had 10 years ago. Simple habits, real results. Start with your gut. Take a daily probiotic or eat fermented foods that are meant to ferment, like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut, in small portions. If you're bloated or gassy more than usual, something's off. Trust your tummy. It talks more than we think. Choose natural sugars when you can. Swap those artificial packets for a spoon of raw honey or maple syrup. Better taste, better digestion, and way less mystery odor. Hydrate smart, not extreme. Drink your water, yes, but don't go overboard. Aim for balance. Skip the detox teas unless your doctor suggests it. And don't chase trends. Your kidneys already know what they're doing. Keep a food scent journal. It's not as silly as it sounds. Jot down what you eat, and when you notice you feel off, you'd be surprised how often your body leaves little clues. Refresh from the inside out. Once a week, I drink warm water with lemon first thing in the morning. Not because TikTok told me to, but because it genuinely helps digestion. And that keeps things, let's say, moving along. Remember, real food wins. When in doubt, eat foods that look like themselves. Apples, eggs, beans, salmon, oats. Your body and your skin know how to handle those. And here's the big one. Give yourself grace. We're allowed to change. Our bodies aren't doing anything wrong. They're just doing what they do. And when we give them the right support, they thank us in the best way. Clear skin, steady energy, and yes, sweet-smelling hugs. So don't panic. Don't start throwing out your groceries. Just start noticing and adjusting. That's the savvy, senior way. And if you've made it this far, darling, you're officially part of my inner circle. I hope you'll leave a comment below. I smell like confidence, because that's what we're aiming for here. Not perfection, not perfume, just clean, calm confidence. If you want more real-life tips like this, subscribe to the channel and join my free newsletter. It's full of good advice, a little cheek, and a lot of love. Just like today's chat. Until next time, stay radiant, stay fresh, and always remember, we're not aging quietly, we're aging brilliantly.